Hello, good evening, and welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? I made it back to do a quick wrap up. This is my wrap up for April. And yeah, I had every intention of reading all those books that I picked out last month, but then I went to the library. And I did finish a couple of the ones that were on my shelf, but I went to the library and I found Jackal. And it was in the library. So I was like, you know what, let me just get it while I'm here. So I picked it up. This one is a thriller, a dark thriller, because I'm trying not to give them away, but I think she did a good job with. There's a lot of areas in this that I think she did. The writer did a good job. The the parent, the mother, was very. The young lady's mother was very upwardly mobile, and she sort of lost track with the because she was so upwardly mobile and so busy bringing her child upward and out of not to be down in the poor, let me just call it the poor section, not to be counted as one of the poor black people. She 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 lost some of her, the mother, that's what I'm saying, the mother of the main character lost some of her empathy to the sufferings of the other people. um she also was so focused on the daughter being better, smarter, kinder, and all of those things, which she ended up being, because she was her only child and the mother paid every attention to her. They moved into a neighborhood that a good school, the good schools and everything, but they, because of where she lived, the young lady was not surrounded by the black folk, and she didn't know the black people in the neighborhood, and she did not realize what was happening to the black girls in the neighborhood until she went to, in doing flashbacks in book. This book is also told through flashbacks, and in the flashbacks we get to see how she was in the woods when a young lady was also taken by this predator. And when we flash forward, she has come back to this town to go to the wedding of her best friend from school. And her best friend has a daughter. Her best friend has also married an African American man, and she has been butting heads with her family on and off about the fact that he is black. She doesn't, she sort of insulated herself. She left this town and she wasn't going back, and she didn't know what, didn't want to know what was going on in this town. But when she came back, the child has been kidnapped, and in her frantic search to find the child, she come across the old case of black girls going missing over a period of time. And she has started, she's not an investigator by any means. Everything she does, she does wrong. She comes up on a scene, and you're not supposed to touch anything, and of course she touched everything, and everybody's looking at her funny. So she might be, you might think she's the person who is doing it, if and the town still has a lot of the old feelings, the old thoughts going on in this town. So this is Jackal. It was tense. I was praying so hard for a little girl in this book, praying so hard that I would find her. So yeah, you can pick this up. This was really good. I took so long to tell you about this one book. I just, me and my wrap up. All right, let's go to Connie Briscoe. I just saw this in the library and I was like, let me see what this is about. But Miss Briscoe, apparently took some time off from writing books. So she has come back, and this is her first new book since she has returned. It's about a hearing challenged young lady who is in a relationship with man that she she met at a party. I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about the party. She was at the party with her friends, and ended up talking, and the guy just walks over to her, and he's like totally fixated on her. He didn't even say hello to her friend who was standing right beside her, because he's so fixated on her. She's very quickly finds herself pulled into him, entranced by him, and they're embarked on a whirlwind relationship. She was kind of on the outs with her first boyfriend, but she's so into this new guy that she's taken up with him very, very fast. Alrighty, so this is a thriller. So there is some bad things coming in it. I don't wanna give it away, but yeah, this was this is this was really well, really, really good, really, really good, and it also has takes into consideration a person with a disability. She's slightly hearing impaired. She's not 100% deaf. She's slightly hearing impaired. So she also deals with what she's going through and where she works to bring awareness to the hearing impairment. All right, so you can pick up "You Never Know" by Connie Briscoe. You definitely never know, because such a sweet man. Yes. Okay, I also picked up a graphic novel too. As a matter of fact, two to be in fact, volume one and volume two of Ayone. I cannot say this name. Ayudi. She's an orphan girl who they found in, well, when we started the book, she seemed to have been left in the forest, and a high priestess found her in the forest. So whenever she goes to town, the kids in the town are very mean, and they're always telling her to go away, forest girl, and stuff like that. But she's come to find out she has a superpower, and it's been slowly awakened in this book, because they have kidnapped her friend, and she wants to go and rescue her friend, but she's coming into her powers. They are telling her that she might not just be a lost forest girl. She might be a chosen one, somebody from a sent to help them out in their time of need. Alrighty, so this is a You Day, Child of Wonder, and that's volume one and volume two. Gorgeous books. Stephanie Bond, Six Killer Bodies. As I said, this is about the two siblings, brother and a sister. The brother has gotten himself into so much trouble. He has taken up with his father's ex mistress, and he also has decided to get himself a drug habit, and he can't seems to kick his oxy addiction. So he is trying to he's taking oxy. He's trying to hide the fact that he's taking oxy, and he has to go to work. Plus, he had a criminal case, and he's also trying to um, pass his test when he goes to do his urine test. So he has to not take the oxy for a certain day. So when he doesn't take the oxy, and he goes back and take it again, he's in a mess. He's in just one big mess. His sister, is currently living with her ex-boyfriend, who dumped her when her father was accused of being an embezzler. So now, in a previous book, he had been married, and his wife was killed by the charm bracelet killer. They are also looking at her father as the charm bracelet killer, because most of the women who have died knew her father in some way, shape, or form. So these are a lot of the time compared to Stephanie Plum novel, but they're a little bit more intense than Stephanie's books. Yes, the girl in this one does destroy cars, motorcycle, and all sort of different things, but no fault of her own. Even well, Stephanie Plum in that, no fault of hers either. But for the most part, that's where some of the seeming lightness ends, because this girl has been able, she has been able to keep one job for the most part. She has been able to keep her one job. She she does have a couple boyfriends, yes, I will admit that part, just like Stephanie. But Stephanie's more verklempt or worried about that fact. This she's not worried about that too much. In this particular book, the person who taught them how to pick up body, well, who was there, the person who hired them to start working on collecting bodies because they were out of money, and he was helping them out, has been accused of being the charm bracelet killer, and she is out to prove that he's not the charm bracelet killer. But as you know, excuse me, police, as soon as they find somebody that they can fixate on, they tend to drop the case. So she's determined not to let them drop this case, and she's determined to prove that Coop is not the killer. Alrighty, so that's 6 killer bodies. So yeah, on to book 7. Yeah. And my final book that I finally read in July, I finished the J.D. Robb. Yes, yes, yes. Conspiracy in Debt. This is the one, oh boy, not trying to give it away for those who haven't read this series yet, but this is the one where they tried to take away her badge. They did take it away for a short period of time, but she got it back. This worked out really well. The killer was so smart in among his fellow co-workers. This one was really, 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 really good. I was near to the end. I was still flummoxed as to who was the actual killer. But when he finally revealed himself, I was like, what? Okay, 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 I can see him. I can see him. I did about this. You know, as usual, like, at the ending, they tell you everything about how they did it, or how he is busy boasting about how he committed the crime. But yeah, this was really, really good. This one was really good. Alrighty, these are all the books I read. Oh, one more. My Robots of Gotham, my big book. I'm almost done. This is just a sticker I had there because I had it in there from before. But I'm almost to the end, just a little bit more, and then I'm going to be starting. Then I'm going to be starting my other book. Alrighty. So this is the robots have taken over the world, but as the humans are going about their business just like normal, and the lead in this book is Barry Simcoe, and he is a businessman from Canada, and he has come to Chicago to transact some business for his company, because he's a computer specialist, and he's doing business just like normal. And when he gets here, he locks up on a conspiracy that is going on. And throughout this book, you get some narration and how and when each country fell. From Paul the pirate, he is a blogger. He is a blogger, and he gives you all the information on how the countries fell, when they fell, who is suspected of taking them down. And there are many different big robots big brain robots. Let's call them big brain robots that have conspiracy going on in between. It's just like the humans, but this conspiracy is being perpetrated by the robots. Alrighty, so yeah, Robots of Gotham. If you see it anywhere, pick it up. Or you can buy it from your library if you like to read big books. Alrighty, be well, be blessed, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.